yeah, some positive discussions and decisions, and the game. So invite hopefully worked out.
Like that.
And we get the jackpot mirror, if you can call that. Syndicate mirror. Jackpot mirror, but different decks. So,
Mirror.
hope you are in the game as well.
Yes, I am.
Okay.
Right. So it's a mirror in leaders only. The decks themselves are quite different, but with both the decks running quite a number of poisons, and of course Imamon trying to set up those self-poison synergies, it'll be quite interesting to see how they all play around each.
Okay, so what? We are missing Gellert on Imamon's side, but yeah, considering you're playing into your opponent's poisons, you might just avoid playing that card, but it's so hard for Imamon to dodge those.
Granted, Mutant would be a pretty good play. Like, Mutant is a self-poison bronze, but it doesn't actually sort of succumb to the opposing poisons. Yes, they get to kill one of the mutants, but it's kind of like a Hydra. If you don't cut it off at the neck, if the head is still splitting, well, the mutants keep duplicating.
So yeah, we see that the poisons. It's also nice. It's like a runaway train of those mutants. You cannot poison the currently like winning card, so to say, the non-poisoned one. So yeah, but the trail eats 8 leaves. You can just poison any of them. But we do see Myamon going for the Madame from Red Coin. It's yeah, quite the push and tool. So yeah, the Fallen Ryle are not the card you see too often. Has Whale, has Prophet, does a little bit of everything. On Tribute 3 removes poison, so spend 3, get 5. And then you can also poison your opponent's spenders, turns out, as we see the counter going down, and Oxenford card is the target for that fist deck.
Quite a big commitment here with Fallen Railer, but you kind of do need to commit a high value gold in response to the Madam if you don't want to even here. And like against a lot of Imamon's lists, and I think especially against the double Salamander, we've seen how important the round control can be. And yeah, Myamon not going to give it up super easily. There goes the Spender. Actually, really early hideout.
Yeah, so you cannot do that in round 3, the things with the Salamander. Oh, well, you can, but you'd need to keep a bronze for that, or the Gellert. And I'm happy to see that chat is already panicking watching the semi-final about the ladder being populated by Salamander.
No.
It's a new thing, so if it works out on the ladder, why not? Why witness the jackpot tempo abuse every time?
The worst part would be the decks which hide the double Salamander behind a more standard Madame Marquis Serenity, where they'll get round control super easily, and then just surprise you at the end. But we aren't playing on ladder, we have open deck lists here, so both these players know exactly what the other player has in their deck. And that is probably why Myamon has already brought this King of Beggars out onto the board. Shady Vendor used on the front row. I don't think the rules were particularly amazing, it only found a Hysteria. But there's quite a big commitment from both players.
Yeah, Myamon already got like over 20 points from that Madame, so can't complain about that combo. But yeah, I'm curious about the upcoming Balance Council in terms of those explosive cards. Syndicate is still perfectly reasonably played on the ladder and in the tournaments, so
yeah.
Let's see what community decides to do with that. So Imamon, yeah, he's not falling behind. There was only one active engine, but no reason for Myamon to pass. Generates some carryover. 2 sesames, both at 6 coins, which is not ideal, but you will be happy to trigger them anyway as
Yeah, exactly.
as the jackpot player. And well, if you are triggering them, that means that you are on 0 coins, so you just get the full purse. Okay, there is an important question in chat. Is the mon meaning something like Myamon, Imamon, and Lemon? Are you like a trio of Gwent gods or something?
Yes, well, the jig is up, I guess. Someone has finally caught on. This is why we have
So
these two
I
plays
wasn't aware that I'm casting with yeah, the member of that society.
Oh no,
Lemon makes a lot of sense, and now I understand everything.
this is how I've gotten into this place.
Okay, well, back to the game. We have
Imamon,
Imamon still fighting for that round
barely,
1. Look at that 21 point Ryla, just such a powerhouse, and as you mentioned, yeah, might be underplayed and not appreciated enough, but
and I think
the self-poison archetype kind of gets there. Karim was playing Wretched Addicts a couple of months ago already, and the mutant becomes better. The Gellert and Roland Blindheim brothers are pretty decent cards throughout Gwent history, Syndicate history, so yeah, happy to see this in action.
What I really like about the Fallen Rayla in this round 1 is that it really protects against any of the offensive poisons that Myamon tries to set up, or at least it makes it a whole lot harder for Myamon to get any offensive poison value. You see, like, you poison a mutant, spend on the Fallen Rayla very nicely, and this is also maybe when Myamon is punished a bit for using this Morale rather than the Heat Wave, because Morale can't touch this Fallen Rayla due to being protected with the Veil. Heat Wave would have been able to deal with this 26 points and possibly given Myamon the win on even.
Okay. Just something that I wanted to check. Are we showing the screen?
Yes, we are. Thank you for checking.
Just checking because, well, we are on a delay and there are not many ways to check. I'm just watching the break screen from between the games as we are on the delay. I decided to check. I will be doing that occasionally.
So please do. Right.
Okay, so 26 point Ryla. We just witnessed morale on the Veiled unit so that you're not allowing Imamon to use the location for...
Essentially just trying to set up a one-turn kill. But this is getting a bit harder for Imamon. Like, we already saw the hideout being used when ideally you want to be saving that, fused with the Salamander later on. But with the Wretched Addict, which is not very useful. Roland, a combo piece for later, and the Candle, which again, really important to have that extra spender later. You see the pass being given over. Myamon does get the round control. Did have to spend a decent amount, I'd say. Adam used our...
I wonder if he uses the Arcane Tome. He didn't see tutors from Imamon, and maybe you waste that here. Yeah, goes for the fish deck, not from hand, but from the Arcane Tome, so that your opponent cannot turn it against you. You know, those powerful alt artifacts, those arcane things, sometimes they have some curses on them, and how many times we've seen it in Gwent, I couldn't even count, when the Arcane Tome that you give to your opponent is just backfiring. Okay, so round 2, Cyprian Wiley is there. Imamon's deck is not running the Redanian, so not a perfect card. You are probably keeping it to answer a defender, unless you are concerned that you're never seen a defender out below 5 power.
Spending is going to be interesting here. There is 2 Open Sesames, both at 6 charges in the graveyard. And I think this is why I see the Magpie immediately. Not only does it help get a good profit with the candle to set up at 9 Horde for the boat to come back. With these crowns on board, once you have a spender set up, it does mean that you'll be able to sort of spam trigger these Open Sesame counters and get them back out. Also, fun fact, Magpie is a pirate, and Captain Yago is able to spend to boost the Magpie. Little bit of lovely cynic.
Okay, so the ship is going back to the board, and now Imamon needs to decide how he wants. Like, not an easy position for Myamon to continue pushing here, if you are not given a targets to interact with. But yeah, the targets are coming. The defender probably tributed, and now the question is, does he spend?
It's like no spend, but I mean, it looks like a brawler can be used here to board wipe.
But then there are no coins for the Yago.
But
so are you just floating it? You know that your opponent doesn't have too many answers, if at all. No. We see.
I think you do it. It's just
I'm just bored. Right?
It's just it's worth too much to be able to disrupt whatever someone does, to give him less turns to combine combo pieces. That's what you.
And we see that the Sesames are going down at 3 counters now.
This wouldn't have been possible without the extra crown from the Magpie. It sort of inflates the maximum of the coin purse up to 10 coins there from Myamon, and secures enough damage to the entire board. Now, I don't know if it was really important for Imamon to maintain the 9 entire coins all in the bank there. Like, one spend on the candle would have protected against that brawler board wipe.
Yeah, but that plays into Wiley. Well, he doesn't know what exactly is Myamon's hand, but oh yeah, Spence now. Gets ahead, and that's their awkward spot I was talking about. Like,
yes.
Cyprian Wiley has to banish if you play him something on your side of the board, and you kind of don't want to do that. Your Yago is definitely not a card you are playing. Well, you can play it after the leader, but
that's a pretty sad Yago, only playing for 16 points without any coins previously in the bank.
Oh no, my 16 for 11 Yago, but yeah, that's not how you count that. Those are partially leader points, I suppose.
It's like that is.
See Yago.
Board wipe.
Do we see the Wiley setup?
Oh. Okay. So you see, you click the Magpie there to actually set up just for the candle. It looks like it is the Yago.
Sesame is at 1. And yeah, the open Sesame is ready to trigger. So no units allowed.
Yeah, and that certainly will give enough coins there to set up the Cyprian Wiley in the next turn. So I actually think this is a really amazing line here chosen by except everyone plays unitless. So never mind.
So I'm forced to pass. You are not playing 1 point card. 2 point card, I suppose.
Save the open sesames next round. And what you could have done is use the candle to boost your units out of range of the 4 power of the Cyprian Wiley. That would have allowed you to play it, trigger the open sesame spend, and then you're really forcing them on to catch up. A lot of points in just 2 cards, but still 19 points in 2 cards is not easy, especially with no sender, no spender sitting on board, apart from the candle, which does require an additional unit.
So is it failed experiment, location? And the candle spender, that doesn't do it by
It's short by
one.
one. Does
Yeah.
spend, so it's a leader
That's-
to decide.
Okay, so there is no Yago. Like Myamon's deck has nothing to offer as well. There is Cyprian Vile.
Really?
If
Oh.
it finds a target, there is a Novigrad, which is a big one, I suppose.
But there is the Tulip and
And there is
Sesames.
Sesames, yeah.
So that is
that's
basically
probably-
a free coin purse refill. Very quick trip to the bank. In such a short round, I question how good the Salamander is going to be. Especially with the lack of expensive poisons, but with the Roland, maybe it's still worthwhile, but it's going to be awkward trying to play the Salamander along with the Gellert Blindheim. Actually, I think...
There are not even coins for that. Right. Like, there are 4 coins only.
Yeah, I mean, Salamander does profit 1, you'll have another profit for your Roland.
Okay, do we see renew on Azar Javet? Because that makes, yeah, okay,
Yeah.
that makes the poisons Myamon has kinda useless.
It's
We
so
might
weird.
find the Shady Vendor, although he needs a coin, which comes from Novigrad.
Imamon has to maintain
another
all these
brawler.
coins here to have enough spending potential on the Salamander.
Do you spend? You can't, but you are open for the Brawler. 13.
Yes.
There are 14 coins. Okay, no Brawler from here. Mutant.
Mutant is actually a really good pull from here. Yeah.
Yeah. You can double poison it yourself.
I think you probably want to
Although
delay
that
those
kind of
poisons a
plays
bit.
into Salamander,
Yeah,
but
you don't want to get all
nonetheless,
those units straight away. Ideally save that maybe for like a last say you could defensive poison with your fist.
yeah. Okay, so that's unusual. Still in danger of... No, Myamon doesn't go for the Shady Vendor. Into the bro... like, he's roping out, so I don't think he can.
Yeah.
So full purse means that Flying Redanian is coming back.
Unfortunate to lose the coin from Novigrad, but it's worth it to bring the brutes back. To be fair, this back alley chemist, you can just use the poison now on the Scarab. Because you won't... Oh, actually, Salamander poisons
No,
yet.
no.
I mean...
You cannot risk if your opponent has the poison.
Oh, actually,
want
it boosts the
to
unit you poison by
protected.
2. Oh, that's not even good enough. I meant on the turn you play the Salamander. I thought it was profit, but yeah, no, that's definitely not the play. Don't mind that.
Wait, that's annoying as well. Your defender is being dead.
Yeah.
Because your Gellert is kinda getting poisoned. Oh, not Gellert, Roland.
Yeah, actually that's true. Fire with poison.
So, poisoning that defender was pretty good, and not protecting the second one is, well, it is game losing. So yeah, instead we see that no tribute is being played, everything is hidden behind defender,
Depending on the...
and the perfect candle. Okay, so
Yeah,
game
not
losing I
bad.
meant when the tribute is being played. Without that, there is still a mutant on the board, so yeah, it's enough for Myamon.
Yeah. This Roland does get 2 coins right at the end here, but no way to turn those into...
Okay, unusual game.
Yeah.
Probably, if you analyze, there are other lines you can take.
Yeah, there's...
But GG's to Myamon. Did it depend on the role in the end? That mutant that came from Novigrad? He played for 8 and gave the poison output.
Yeah, I mean, it very likely did, I think. And also finding the pool from the Shady Vendor to kill the Scarab. Which, granted, it's pretty good odds. You'll find that playing on the melee row there.
Yeah.
A lot of 4 provision crimes that deal damage. Actually, is there that many? There's what, Assault and Bloody Good Fun. It was on the front row.
What's the deep value?
Oh yeah, or
The
Dip is.
the damage.
Yeah.
It probably is a 4P card.
Yeah, Dip is. Actually, I get like a few.
Yeah, there are a few, so the damage would have been most likely rolled. Now the question is, can he was still keeping options open for the Salamander tribute. Decided to avoid it in the end because yeah, that would have been leading to some sad things happening to Roland. But yeah, played it and got the perfect last candle spent as well. So 2-point loss. Not sure how you deviate from the taken lines. Knowing what Myamon rolls, of course, would have been helpful, but you cannot see before the roll happens.
Yes. Looking forward to the next game. Myamon has to choose between either the Self-Wound or the Northern Realms Golden Necker. With the blue coin, I feel like the Northern Realms is the more natural choice. Being able to make use of the stratagem and set up your engines before the opponent has a chance to do anything can be very, very scary. And we've seen Myamon, I think particularly in the World Masters, go for quite a few tempo passes with Ildiko into some Reavers. See if that is the choice for Myamon, and I have absolutely no clue what Imamon is going to queue. I'm not going to try to predict. It is a Northern Realms mirror.
We got Syndicate mirror, now Northern Realms mirror. We've seen Nilfgaard mirror ban as well, so nobody wants to play against Imamon's machines. Never shown to anyone. Okay, so Idaran, Mutagenerator, some River Hunters. No idea what the Archgriffin lines are, yeah, in this match. But
Yeah.
those decks should be playing themselves a little bit. You just want to create that carryover. So we might just see the bronzes coming in, trying to create the boost, but you are going against River Hunters.
Yep.
It's gonna be...
What did I say?
Yeah.
It's Ildiko to start with into the Reavers.
Okay, so Princess Ada, Dijkstra. Does it do much in this?
With all the offerings, you
deck,
can use them
like-
to boost the Dijkstra and double dip on the value.
Yeah.
Pretty good, I'd say.
Yeah, so that's
Andy.
not directional buff to the Archgriffin, but pretty decent nonetheless. Defender.
Neve. Yeah. Defender's nice to play around Lux potentially.
Yeah.
But yeah, good luck playing into this round, and note that all these boosts coming through to play around this offering.
Yeah, that offering would have been pretty nice here, even on like 2-point River Hunter, but no, not allowed to have anything meaningful. And as per usual in Erland versus the River Hunters deck, you cannot allow Reavers to set up fast in a short round, otherwise yeah, your Erland might be just that.
The way this Golden Neck list works is there are less sources of Reavers than like full-on Reavers list. I think there's only one more copy still in the deck. Likely we'll see a Reaver Scout here to aid in the Temporal Pass. That's very bad.
Well,
for
hopefully
this story. Okay, it's fine.
That's the streamer delay.
So Imamon using the entire length of the rope there to pull Archgriffin into hand and back with the Little and then the Ice Companions play. Myamon just not even thinking about it during the rope, just immediate Reaver Scout, copy the Reavers. And I can't blame him because yeah, now you have 4 Reavers on board. That's 4 damage per turn.
That gives an offering target.
Yes, but
Do
it's
you
a
take it?
it's a 1 or a 2
knowing
point
that
offering.
Imamon is fine going cards down.
I think you have to. So yeah, Myamon kind of respecting the potential for Imamon to go a few cards down here. Does play the 5 points on the Caraballista. I mean, what do you play now as Imamon? These Griffin Witch ranges aren't terrible. They can play for I think 7 points on the back row here. The other stuff, it's rough. Like, what is a Redanian agent gonna do? It's basically just gonna die. And Istrid, like, I'd love to see an Istrid come down. Myamon answers with the reinforced ballista, Caraballista ping 3 Reaver damage, and goodbye to Istrid.
Yeah. So you can throw the All God into the fray, but you kind of need to plan how much are you spending. Like Archgriffin is a given 21 points, but you need to find another 10 to get ahead of those Reavers. But yeah, Myamon is also not crazy about this pass, so we do see another bronze being played.
I think, yeah, Myamon just really valuing the round control.
That probably is it for Imamon, honestly.
Yeah.
I don't see. Okay, if he goes for the leader on a gold, he can do that. And knowing how he plays this deck, like he mentioned, I think Shinmiri was asking about this deck on Twitter, and Imamon answered that yeah, you just generate the carryover and try to get out. So you are not hard locked into that line of I must play Archgriffin round 1. Just go all in. You have Erland after all as well, so.
See both the Flotsam and the Mish generated in hand from Myamon. Has to mulligan one of those back to have it be the target of the artifact to be played. I don't think these are the draws that you really want to see here for Imamon. Not finding any of the stuff created from Temple. No Ansays. No Lock-Eve. Because, yeah, I don't think there is also a Purify. Oh no, actually there is a Redain Secret Service in this from Myamon, so the lock isn't really that valuable. Redain Archers are good.
Pinging incoming. Yeah, I don't know. Like those Redanian agents, still not looking too hot.
No, I mean you'll be seeing.
Sure, they will be doing something, but against the might of River Hunters. Hello.
I don't think we'll see that many Reavers. Actually, with the Aedaran, it's still possible. Quite a few.
There is an Aedaran.
I don't think.
Out.
I don't think Myamon is actually going to play into this round here. I think this was just setting up the Flotsam order for next round. I could very well be mistaken, however. Curious to see. There is a wagon. I don't think you're going to try to get that through. You also don't have any tutoring for.
Yeah.
I have been wrong on
important.
You go.
Yeah, important point at 7 cards. If Myamon commits the River Hunters, I think we are seeing them pinging throughout this round, and yeah, goes for it. So we do see the leader charge and click. Aedaran would have been happy to join, but cannot. He is busy at the moment. Was there? Yeah, there is Ansays to answer it cleanly, and there are locks. So I suppose cannot really open with the run. But that leads to the problems, as you said. We won't see too many hunters. You'd want to scout on the board, and then only then you can play the run after one turn.
These offerings are conspicuously missing as well. We haven't seen we've seen one played, but the other is still sitting still in the deck. Anyone still has to actually play a card this turn. It is the Radifid trying to get that through here before we get too many Reavers coming.
So yeah, Scout is a nice combo with whatever bronze, and yeah, we see that the order is actually being used on the River Hunter to give birth to another one of them.
Bit annoying having this Secret Service out here. Redanian Archer is also only able to target enemy units, not able to self-ping. Clear some space. I'm honestly not sure how much value the Idrin is going to pull here, helping to fill the front row, but still, you know, that is a lot of Reavers, especially if these Ancestors used to answer the Idrin. You have another, this Reaver has an active order, this Reaver Scout can give another Reaver. Yeah, it's actual Golden Necker coming.
Okay, before the scout hit the board means that reinforcement is kinda subpar.
Yeah.
You also have a River Hunter that you can click, so you are running out of space on front row pretty fast.
And
the scout might be kept for the later. Oh, if you want to play, you can combine it with the Archer, who is a soldier as well. But that's a bit too late into the round. And Imamon kinda can catch up with a couple of golds, one of them being Archgriffin, although you do lose some value from Archgriffin getting pinged down.
Thing is that, like, almost no matter, like, if you just play a bronze or something here, the Reavers just counteract its value sort of passively each turn. See the defender, armoring the shield, helping to absorb a little bit of damage. Potentially plays around that Margarita lock as well, though I don't really know what you're scared of having locked here.
So there was a defender, and now in just a 5 power unit. Still protects stuff, but less scary. So Mif is now boosting all light units, and she's protected, but she is kind of getting locked potentially.
She will get to go through, and that is partly because this Meave was played next to the Anses. Anses has the inspired keyword, so Meave reduced her cooldown by 1 on that deploy, or the timer count, whatever you want to call it. And she is safe from a lock whilst this defender is still standing somewhat tall at 3 power, but it is protected with this nice little ranger.
So yeah, this is the full round against the River Hunters board, but you do have that tasty Archgriffin, and I guess Myamon is not happy with his bleed results so far, so he goes basically all in, throwing the Roach as well.
But yeah, this is Cintron Royal Guard can be a very, very good card in this sort of deck, but without the additional support of, like, without going all in on the Cintron Royal Guard, it kind of sucks. This first one played for 5 plus image generator carryover.
Look at this Erland.
Yeah.
Look at this Erland landing. I wonder if Imamon will be forced to send it, the Archgriffin back into the deck.
But we're broke as shit peddlers.
Myth is out of the picture, and we see that Myamon is saying I have nothing left. All my combo pieces are on the board already. Just let's attempt the 2-0.
This is where you have to very quickly count up how much boost you have in your deck and do a lot of very quick maths. I am not at a stage to...
There.
DJ is in there. He has 8 boost, which probably not that
So
much.
that's helpful, but
Like,
you need more. You can also click the location.
yeah, there's 6 points on the DJ. You are
Imamon
also...
basically has a 6, a 6, a 5, and a 10. You can beat it if you keep any of the boost, but that's not about to happen, I'm afraid. Some excessive throw pain by one. Okay.
Wow.
I love that.
Perfectly
So
calculated.
you can take the DJ, but he's buffing while in deck, so that 3 synergy is not really there.
Still decent.
So
it's a
bad
body plus a
lot
tutor.
now.
I think Triss just you need to use it to tutor this Archgriffin. And with last say, I think that's looking very good for the Archgriffin.
Okay, and the buff on
Or finds it naturally.
Archgriffin stays, and there we have it. Pretty good card when your opponent has like 20.
And, there is
20
a
what?
Priestess in deck at 5 charges, so this Triss can be used to boost it up and get that inspired to give the zeal to the Priestess. And yeah.
So looks like Imamon's game, honestly.
Yeah, I don't think this is
see
close.
that I don't see those units overpowering the Archgriffin. He's a big one and important one after all. So this is 3, sending back the Witcher most likely and grabbing that Priestess.
I'll refrain from updating the score, but I basically could do already.
Yeah. Sometimes you just can.
Because there really isn't any interaction between these cards. Yeah, okay, I guess there's locks, but there's nothing really to lock. Yep, Triss gets locked up.
So Dora Gray for some reason hates mages.
Everyone, Marguerite obviously doesn't hate her fellow mages nearly as much. Oh, look at this. The Matter pulling a 5-point unit compared to the 4-point unit for Imamon. Huge fan.
So the wagon is not forcing you to banish a card, you can play it, it doesn't do like some silly things like destroy self if not tended to, so... Archgriffin once again makes it! Man, I'm impressed by this decision.
Yeah.
Of bringing that sort of an R, and yeah, we've seen Erland being successful for players yesterday as well, but this is Erland with an extra spin on it.
Yeah, and I think like that's the comparison. Like Ansace, you don't need to go all in using the Temple to boost the Ansace, instead saving the Temple to boost the Archgriffin. That gives you a very nice play to secure the round 2, and I mean, to be fair, it didn't even need the last say since there's no Toll Punish in that list of the Northern Realms Golden Necker. But yeah, huge Archgriffin saved shuffle back deck and winning that.
Okay, so we got the invite and we have ourselves a nice fight here for the spot on Gwent Open number 1. Archgriffin makes it, Salamandro failed for Imamon, so still a couple of decks available for both players. And now decision, what to queue into this game 3. Imamon is, well, he played it once, might take it again. His second deck is a Crow deck, and he played it on Blue Coin in the previous series, if I'm not mistaken.
To be fair, I think we both know what the next two decks are going to be. It's going to be another mirror. Skellige versus Skellige.
Yeah, let's go. Why not? The mirror band, faction mirror band, and yeah, continue playing the mirrors of factions. Okay, but a little bit. So as we are progressing through this tournament, we'll have another final after this one, lower bracket. The match in parallel is the semi-final of losers bracket going on Matol's channel, so you can check that out. We have Gwent World Cup next weekend. So you might have forgotten about that because we had the ladder mattering and we have the qualies, but Gwent World Cup is ongoing. And we are also thankful for anyone supporting it through crowdfunding. I think Matol keeps posting updates every Monday or Tuesday. So yeah, next weekend we have 4 series there, 4 matches, each consisting of 2 series. But not a faction mirror. Let's go.
It's not a mirror.
Imamon decides to keep the salamander for later and takes the crows now. Once again, crows don't have too many interactions and have many slow plays. How does it stack up against the river hunters is the question. Archgriffin has done the job nicely, keeping down those buffs after being like 22 point unit. Maybe in the previous game also for Imamon. The role on DJ mattered a lot, allowing to save some point or generate extra points. But yeah, let's see. We see the crows starting to appear on the board.
Very quick start and early leader to get rid of the Ildiker. I think this is mainly just to delay the Reavers setup in this round and try and make sure that Imamon is going to be able to get that round control. I had to try fix some things for the music on the previous series, so I think that slightly makes you disappear for a second here and there. But shouldn't have been gone for a long.
Yeah, no big deal. Can't hide me. People seen enough.
Oh.
Continue casting all those tournaments.
I can't wait for them to get sick of me after these Matol tournaments.
Yeah, also have been showing, since there is a positive feedback about the reruns. People, not everyone finds their way to YouTube, and then people are like, where can I catch up? So I've been doing occasional rerun, and some of them are from your channel because we cannot cast every game together.
No, that's there's so many games to cast, and only 2 of us, and we can't be in multiple places and multiple streams at once, I guess.
Okay, so
but maybe if we had some megascopes, we would be able to mess around with those kinds of space-time things, just like these crew messengers are doing.
Nice.
I've been practicing
I
those.
love it. Yeah. Okay, so the curse scroll is a stratagem, but since it generates no points, who cares about it? Also, the hand was pretty stacked. You'll probably want a crow messenger in your hand anyway.
Yeah. But despite slow playing with those megascopes only for 4 power each, Myamon still giving up the round quite easily. And just saying, fine, I'll set up my Reavers in the round 2. You've used your lead already, that's a large part of your control gone. Good luck bleeding me, and yeah, you can have your crows for a short round, but if I set my golden necker, I think I'll probably still be coming out ahead. Or maybe something along those lines, or maybe slightly more in Japanese.
Okay, so the crow is summoning all the bodies. There is an alchemy card in hand as well. So the one from deck and a few from the graveyard. The crow mother doesn't want to come with them, but as soon as she sniffs some alchemy being played, she must be coming as well.
I want to know, I think the final mulligan pulled the Tears of Siren, which is the only alchemy in hand right now. I think it might have almost been the case that an alchemy would have been missing from the hand here for Imamon.
Yeah, but it
Cool.
only matters
Yeah.
for the one index. I guess
That is
that's
true.
not a big disaster,
Yeah.
so
Still, it is
we'll
nice.
take
and,
those. But look how easy it is to push the golden necker of your opponent. Just murder
Okay.
of crows, and you're done.
Oh wait, Flotsam was used already. Wait, what's going on here? Wait, why does it... Hang on, wait, it was played this round. Why does it not have resilience?
Yeah, it was.
Is that just a visual bug?
I think it's a visual. Yeah, now.
Okay, there we go.
Now
Okay.
with
I was,
those,
yes, super confused for a second.
Yeah, it's understandable to be like, what was it used on in round one then? But yeah, it was just a missing piece of information.
We love those bugs. I miss our great big bug indeed. We do have crows here, kind of being killed off by some of these siege engines. I don't think that matters too much since it's unlikely for Myamon to really be playing extra crow messengers here. And yes, there's an Iguara with a lock, but that's not going to be doing awfully much when the Redanian Secret Service is still in deck here for Myamon. And that means if you really want to deal with this, the answer is the Seikwan. But you only have one Seikwan and a lot of things to kill.
Yeah, having something like this little half on the board would have been helpful because you can finish off the 1 point unit with the rain, but not the case here. And you wouldn't want to rain on an empty row, most likely as Imamon on the previous turn, but that would have been like a heads up play. If you want to lock it, you would have. But yeah, Sarkhan is a reliable answer. Of course, there are more when one river hunter is usually more bodies around. And of course, shortening the round is very beneficial to the crows that are playing. How many are there? 6 of them plus the crow mother. But as you mentioned multiple times about the Sintian Royal Guard explosive potential with the scouts and with the flotsam location order,
So out comes
might be
the
case.
And as we sort of telegraphed before, Redanian Secret Service, very good against the Iguara. And yeah, Reaver Scout getting a lot of nice value with the Generator, getting some of these Reavers across. Now they have the Bonded. Not ahead here for Myamon, still saving the Flotsam for the round 3, as you said. And as you said, that I said, likely combining that with the Sintian Royal Guards later on, really wanting to keep this Reaver Scout in hand for later. Alternatively, you could also use the wagon to maybe banish one of your own Reaver Scouts. But that does kind of depend on how far ahead you are able to get, because we still haven't seen the anglerfish coming out. It's actually a pass here for Imamon. I believe
Might have been a different story if the rain sniped the Redanian Secret Service.
Oh
to
yeah,
5
certainly.
units. So I'm not sure if Myamon's positioning was like you want to keep front row open for river hunters, but yeah, I think there was a space
Yeah,
for
I
the
think
scouts.
that's a good
Although he gets the muto generator, so it made sense.
and
But round could have been gone completely different if there was no purify.
the Flotsam say with the Reaver transform and the Reaver Scout, I think we'll see Myamon opting into the Reaver line of play over the Centurion Royal Guards, and we do see this Mulligan coming through for one of the Centurion Royal Guards, trying to get this Idaran. Finds the Roach, which, to be fair, you can decree the Idaran and then just get whatever you get out of that Vernon Roach.
Basically draw everything with the Mata, Royal Decree, and Vernon.
With the limited control for Imamon, you might still be able to use some of these Reaver Scouts for the Centurion Royal Guard, which is coming through from the Vernon Roach. And also the Mata too, I suppose. Myamon is able to just play everything in his deck still.
Yeah. So yeah, carryover is nice. Would it be enough? Like you are making that 29-point play. Reavers need a couple of turns to catch up with it.
This is no time to whimper.
But there are 5-6 turns of them. So your carryover is starting to get pinked. Doesn't care about the Purify on Kelpie later on.
Yeah, the Crows I played for 4 points here. The Reinforced Blister, look, it's not as crazy, but it's 4 points plus 1 damage each turn. So, like, it's... And that's the thing, each turn that goes past here, Myamon is just going to get more and more engine potential. And we haven't even seen any Centurion Royal Guards to actually get the point slammed down. Here comes the rain. Note the placement here to get some golds between the bronzes to get a good Commander's Horn. We will see the Anglerfish coming up soon once this Fukusha or the Bride of the Sea used to get some more rain.
And the oldest nice murdering of crows is happening pretty soon. Although maybe they survive if you play Commander's Horn now. You kinda have to. Your Kelpie is dying from the pink of the ballista. And now goes for more golds at the moment.
Rain on the back.
I also suppose killing Kelpie is not what you want to do with Fukusha being a thing.
Do not make me beg.
I'm not really sure how great a replayed Kelpie would be here.
It will be buffing. Look at all those 1-point units.
Well, that's if the rain is hitting non-armor, which sure it's gonna be doing in the back row, but that's only like 2 points, I guess. It's something. But the problem is, what is 2 points a turn when you're in a board like this?
So yeah, not sure Imamon is happy with that pass he was taking. He was the one pushing, right?
Yeah, that's correct. I mean, you got the golden neck out early, but maybe got scared off with the Reavers. Was like, I don't want to lose my card advantage, but in doing so, you still give a decently sized length round to Myamon. Also an opportunity to set up the wagon, and yeah, arguably having just that wagon carrier was more than having like these 6-7 Crow messengers coming back out.
Yeah, maybe he listened to us saying that there won't be too many of those river hunters, and in return he got a full row of them within a run.
Yeah.
To one silly wagon, so if so, we are sorry. One crow died.
This actually is going to be Myamon running out of row space here, which is insane. Was that a discarded Crow's Eye Rhizome? I think trying to let something die. Oh, okay, no, actually trying to let the board die
you
so you can replay
completely
Crows.
board wipe. It's a cute line. I do like it. Like you get entirely board wiped and you can at least play for a bunch of
Still-
points through this resurrection. That was probably why the Purify... So the Purify is playing for 8 points. He did Purify the Doomed Crow, right?
Oh, okay, right. So actually, okay. You know, not the worst. And nice sequencing, getting an extra gold. This is not only an extra body, the Crow Mother back gives you more things
Yeah.
for the Commander's Horn to find value. I mean, this could be... Like, this sequencing is super duper scary in a short round. Like, imagine that.
Look, it's closer than I'd expect it to be.
Same.
Still looks like, yeah, Commander's Horn is not exactly enough, but yeah, the Reavers almost dug their own grave by hitting everything. So yeah, the pockets getting close. Although, how many? 9 units on the back row. There is still Inspired Zeal. Charge. Probably is better to play another copy for 11.
Yeah.
Okay,
It was-
Imamon gave it a fair shot of this resurrection.
It was a cute line. It was a cute line.
Yeah.
But cute is not enough to win.
Yeah, it still ended up being 24 points game.
Right.
And a discarded card, but discarded card is nothing new. Myamon has been running out of space with that deck quite often.
Right.
Yeah, that's 2-1 for Myamon now.
Is
And the invite is incoming, so the Skellige, we're finally gonna see Earthsign Ritual from
Yes.
Myamon.
no more choices.
And by finally, I mean, I'm not sure I'm that over the moon about seeing the Earthsign Ritual with quite a few familiar cards, but
yeah, it's nothing as new as anything that Imamon, or even a jackpot with at least a Magpie and a Cyprian Wiley, but
somebody
know.
mentioned that Imamon is running decks with the beasts like Salamander and Crows, and even cow carcasses, I guess, qualify
yeah.
for the beast support. So his entire lineup is centered around this beast topic. So at least there is a Dragon Turtle, if I'm not mistaken, in Myamon's self-wound SK. I don't know.
Okay, you're back.
I've been sitting. Yeah, nice. Okay, so Myamon on blue with the Earthsign Ritual, with Portal in hand, with a Tempest in hand.
Those are good pulls.
are thinning cards. You
Has
are more happy
double-
to see than Oniromance, I suppose.
Double Dracar with the Dimin Corsair as well is pretty sweet.
Does he have Portal targets still? I would assume. Yeah, the second Corsair and one of the Witchers, so you can just play your Bronze Engines entire round. The problem is they are potentially getting poisoned. If you put too many points into the Drakkar, it won't matter, but that's the nice thing about Priest and Drakkar and Corsair and Drakkar. You are kinda splitting the points between 2 units each turn, or each couple of turns.
Dracar's a super amazing engine in this deck, but I don't know. Wretched Addict's also a really good engine when this Skellige is one of the factions which doesn't have access to poison. We don't see a location or a Knut access for Myamon, so there's no
I think
real...
Myamon actually mulligant location.
Maybe wanting to save that for later on. Save it for... Yeah, so immediate, this Skellige does end up dying to the Frost, which is probably not what Imamon really wanted, but it is able to supply those drugs to the Wretched Addicts, and they start boosting
Yeah.
by 2 each.
I guess he wasn't ready for the winter coming to Novigrad. He was just too invested into his wholesome lab experiments.
A super wholesome experiment.
A back alley chemist, yeah, better not to like supply them with any more drugs, because that would be devastating. So he probably will find another target if at all. But yeah, look at those Myamon points. Just some bronzes on the board. Corsairs, so wholesome Corsairs with some ships.
Yeah. It is
value.
nice to see them, the Dimin Corps. Yeah, unfortunately, they're also getting a bit of this Fistech, but I don't think Corsairs are as used to it, and they don't react as well. Could be followed up with the Fistech in hand from Imamon, or even the other traffic. Don't know how they traffic Fistech all the way out to Skellige, but I guess
the
making...
Drakars, you see, they're pretty good at transporting things.
Nice, nice.
That's how you sell it to the port authorities. Yeah, we're just going raiding, see all those gold chests. In reality, fish tech everywhere.
Not bad mutant killer here, 8 for 4. I mean, also perhaps another card that is slightly being slept on. I mean, with like, yeah, if you're using Gullet to spread poisons, it's not a bad payoff. And here comes the late Draco Turtle. I guess to have a bit of extra value with the Dimming Corsairs, but that's also because this Dwim is useless. Olgid doesn't have much synergy. Foulblood doesn't have his totem friend, and also Myamon kind of has more units on their side of the board.
Okay, so the superior engines are the ones in Gwent that you don't have to click. So yeah, Myamon cannot just leave the round, has to play the small blood in round 1. Not sure how happy he is about that. So on the other hand, Imamon's hand has Renew and your Roland.
Yes.
So no spender on the board. Fish Tech is only playing for so many points. Corsair is still preferred target poison. But you are not catching up, so you'll have to either renew the Gellert, and that's probably not your favorite thing to do, or give up on this round. Like you can fake it.
I think you'd still. Card, I think you'd still give up the Gellert to have round, in my opinion. The Roland.
The renew is more so representing the potential second Salamander.
Yeah,
that's what I'm mostly concerned about.
But yeah, I think with this Foulblood, it's not going to be possible for Imamon to keep up here. Yes, these Ratchet Addicts are getting up to 20 points each, but it's just going to be a little.
Basically took on the entire Skellige, to be honest. Okay, so round 1 makes it so that Myamon only needs 1 round to win and win the final. But let's see how it goes. Okay, the defender is there. And okay, the small bot access is also available to Myamon. So the defender you need to buff for the scarabs to survive.
I feel like you because of the threat of the candle, and unless you actually there's no way to answer artifacts in this self-win list for Myamon, I think you do kind of need to bleed out the Azar Javed. But in doing so, you'd run the risk of giving over card advantage to this double Salamander, and that would also mean last say is achieved with the double Salamander, which is quite scary. Not the best pools here. You have stuff like an Armor Smith or like offensive units with no valid target. Would have much preferred something like a Grey Sword or an Uncrate.
Okay, so you can clash and dream, but yeah, better to just send Olgert on a mission.
Not wanting to let that poison stick around. Just trying to get ahead by a good number.
Defender is coming out. Mission accomplished. If that was your mission, do you get an opening to sneak the Dream Vandra? Gonna be.
Okay, doesn't calculate any reach, it seems, just goes for it, or maybe confident enough. Feels like this could be a candle.
Ryla? No, just candle, yeah.
Yep. Oh, coin
Ryla
bank.
doesn't really synergize.
I don't think it's going to be enough here, however. I'm going to be 1 coin short of... You spend a... No, I don't think...
So what's the Imamon?
Okay.
Ah, we actually see that, I guess, double Salamander finisher is something that Imamon dreams of, but
Yeah,
can he
the
achieve
coinage.
really? I'm
That's the
not
problem.
so certain.
I mean, this Roland
You
is not
renewed it.
sticking.
Well, depends. You can renew Defender once again.
But then you're not double salamandering.
Yeah,
Maybe that
you
is the
don't have
line
the
that you should be
coins.
taking. It depends on if Myamon is able to find the matter, the totem and the...
So stolen mutagen,
Wow.
You can kill 2 Salamander units if you are into wasting your card roll there. You can make stolen mutagens worse, but probably not.
Wait, how do you
worth
kill
it,
the
so
other
I
one?
expect the pass.
You can't click the Sigil, it doesn't have seal, no? That was...
Ah, okay, yeah, it doesn't. Sorry, yeah, but it looked like a waste. Like,
Oh yeah, I
you
don't
get
think
to
that would be worth
not
it,
much
regardless.
You waste the carry over and the leader charges.
Yeah,
I was just considering the possibility.
Yeah, and
Not a good one.
I don't think that was the trade Myamon was looking for. You trade Sigvald
Yeah.
for a stolen mutagens. Like, probably want to take that back if it was able. But look,
Yeah.
you do shorten the round, which is probably a little better for you, but still kind of want enough turns to maybe set up a Sigvald to send you with something. And also, because the Sigvald does purify itself when you click him, if you're able to stop it being poisoned beforehand, it wouldn't die to a double salamander. You click it after the first salamander goes.
Okay, so there is some control with Knut and location.
Hey, interesting what he decides to keep here. Missing the fallen railer, missing the salamander, missing the hideout and renew. This is not the hand that you...
Yeah.
Also, you can... Totem is also pretty good against the salamander. Anyways, you can bring the bears out, and as they flip, it's not really gonna give a chance for anyone to get the poisons. If you flip them after the salamander goes through, you can resurrect Svarblood to do so. So desire.
Okay, so I'm not sacrificing roll on turn 1, of course with the active location, but do I achieve much? By postponing its death, you do, like, you cannot say that you lost 2 coins because that Roland wouldn't just survive anyway.
Yeah, it would have been killed with, say, a Knut Flash.
So at the moment, not the perfect situation for Imamon. Maybe there are lines, but yeah, kinda struggling to.
I don't see it. I don't see much either. Especially like you don't have the tools, like you don't have your golds to play with to try and make some magic happen.
What's the best Griffas right at the moment? Like the ramp is a
Probably
bit too short for the
it
self-wound to.
It probably depends a bit on kind of how Imamon decides to play and how you want to react to it. Sigvald is possibly the best. I'd say it's either Sigvald or actually Draco Turtle. No, it's Draco Turtle because you have the K-Trolled click. That's naturally the best, I think. Yeah. Works nicely with the Canute as well as the final card. Kills the Roland very cleanly. I guess it is vulnerable to poisons, but then the Imamon doesn't really have that many points on their side of the board.
And yeah, Draco Turtle being at 12 allows Knut to get a lot of value. The offensive value, so yeah, the board will be mostly wiped.
Think. Also, the only unit that can actually poison an enemy unit is the Salamander in deck remaining here for Imamon, and I don't think that would be such a great play to take. Although with the fee on the failed experiment, technically you don't need it if as long as you have the coinage. But I mean, what's the alternative? It's not. It's just
Yeah, I think we are seeing the poisons coming through, but yeah, no, okay.
Cursed are the meek.
But yeah, that just makes it
yeah.
3-6 damage. Like
It's
the
43
failed
to
experiment
0.
would have leaked.
Failed experiment click. Okay, yeah, you kill the Draco Turtle, but then still you have one decree with like 3 coins in the bank to make this up. It's
Salamander goes into the kill. There is a span, but you just don't have any points on your side of the board.
King of Beggars
so
doesn't even come back. That's like maybe if King of Beggars you get a good spender, full refund. It's super rough.
Yeah, I don't think that would have been enough.
All right.
Okay.
So that was the final game in this series. Myamon able to secure a win against the, I guess, off-meta lineup that Imamon has taken. Able to weather the storm and secures a win in this upper bracket final and takes the 3rd spot in the Community Gwent Open. Huge congratulations to Myamon. We will be seeing you next month in the Gwent Open. It's not over yet for Imamon. Imamon will be going down into the lower bracket final, where they will be facing off against Sunvanta, who did secure a 3-0 win against Kareem in the lower bracket semi-final.